Okay, 2004 Toyota Sienna. Here's the problem we're having. Whether we push this button, you can hear it's trying to do something, or the ones on the inside, it's not working. When we pull the door handle, the motor and cables all working. So we know it's the door lock actuator. Same thing, we're trying to close it. Tries to go, but can't. Pull the door handle, and it closes. So we're going to replace the door lock actuator. First thing is to make your life a whole lot easier, come up here and turn off the side doors to put them in manual mode so that we can take the door panel off. Okay, now we're in manual mode. We can move this back and forth to our liking. We're going to take these two screws out. Once those two screws are out, just lock the door there, lift up here, and this pops right out, and we'll unplug this. Next screw is way down here. A little bit of a trick to get to, but 8mm and a ratchet is the best way. Next, roll the window all the way down. If you did unplug the switch in there, you do need to plug that back in for the window to roll down. But we just get this little trim piece here. That pops out. And then this should just slide up and out. It does have a couple clips in there, so you might have to pry on it a little bit. This one was just pretty loose and just slid right out. Now we can just kind of pull or pry with some trim tools on the bottom here and down here. It just pops right off. Now we're loose. And I found the easiest way is to just pick up on the back here straight up. And then it comes up there, and then we're going to pick up on this top left corner. Okay, so one of the terrible things Toyota did, here's the part that we're going to replace, but they're threaded from the back side of this big black plate. And this big black plate also has the window regulator bolted up to it. So first thing you want to do is roll the window. There's these two rubber grommets, one's here and one's here. You remove those. You roll the window down until you can see two bolts, one in each hole. You're going to remove those. Make sure you have an extendable magnet because those bolts like to fall, so you want to grab those before they fall. And then you're going to pick the window up manually from there. Leave the window regulator where it is. And you can tape the window up, or these are really handy. You get these little suction cup deals with a cable and another suction cup on the other side. And I even use them actually as a wedge. I found that works really well too, as you just suction cup to the bottom and then this little nipple there gets caught on the windowsill as a way to hold it up. But you can use painter's tape or something like that. But you're going to pull all the way up manually. Get a suction cup. I'll put a link for those suction cups in the description. And then you can unbolt all the bolts all the way around the edge. You can unbolt all those, and then this is going to come off to give ourselves a little bit more flexibility. You can pull out this side and loosen these and kind of bend this out of the way without disconnecting the window and everything. The problem is, and kind of get to the back of the screws, these screws are really easy to strip. I mean, they just like to melt away in the bit. So it just saves yourself a lot of headache. I've had to drill these before from stripping them, to just disconnect the window, pull it up. And then to give ourselves more room, we're going to take this cable here, we're going to follow it and remove it from here so that we can pull this out. We're also going to want to disconnect this plug. This plug you push on the back side and then pull it out like that. And that's going to give us the most room when we pull this off. Okay, so now you can see by folding it down, we have a lot of access to those screws to where we can really make sure we don't strip them. I didn't disconnect all the cables or plugs, just kind of folded this over in the van here so we can get to them. Okay, I did end up having to drill these ones as well, so I don't know why I have such bad luck with these two screws. They're very, very tight, but I got the new bolts and everything, so this is the new part back in. You know, if you've seen these things here, but you just kind of push up on maybe push up on this just clamps onto that rod, so the rod goes in the hole, and then you just swing it around and it clips right on. So you're just undoing that little clip to get that out. But so now we're ready to go back together, putting our cables back in, bolting it back up, lowering the window to bolt the window back up through these holes, putting the grommets back on, and then back with the door panel. Make sure you get all the electrical things, but that's all the way apart. And so now you're ready to go back together. Here you can see the bolt hole line up for the window to the regulator there. And then just be real careful not to drop that bolt because you will be very sad. From here's a good time to test it, make sure it all works before we back together, everything's plugged in. So here we can check this. And that was not working before, so now we know it's working.